All right, should be good here in just a few moments. Oh, I didn't see that till just now. That request probably could have been moved till 9. Might have been a better idea. All right, got that up. Well, we'll see how many people come through. Hopefully, we have a few. Could be a pretty fun little stream. What's up, Gibbs? What's up, Jacob? How you guys doing? Hopefully, quite well. Never really know how well the NFL streams will do this time of year. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We'll probably get going at about 45. Sure. I guess if other Bills fans come in, though, you have to kind of deal with that. So I don't have midterm tests. Yeah, there's like a lot of people that like the Lions, though. You don't kind of just like get to be like the only one. There might be other people who like the team there too, and you got to talk to them. But yeah, we usually let fans of the teams pick their pick. Because again, typically you'll know what your team is going to do. No, I'm an English person. I write papers. I write papers and I do portfolios. My degree is my first degree is like a Bachelor of Science in English Literature and Language with a focus on creative writing. My master's degree is in English Language and Literature, creative writing with a focus on poetry, and then so on. And now I'm getting a Master of Fine Arts in poetry. Yeah, I'm hoping to be a writing professor. Eventually, yeah. Well, yeah, I teach right now, yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm like a TA, so like if you ever go to college, and you take like freshman level classes, that's where I would be. I would be your freshman composition professor or teacher, instructor, however you want to call it. Not a professor yet, so you instructor, I suppose. But yeah, I'm probably every as bit as qualified as like a high school, like probably more qualified than a high school teacher to teach English. I just don't have a teaching degree or a teaching license. I could get one. If I could get one, I could just go be a high school teacher, and I'd be very qualified. I'm very excited for the draft tomorrow. It's gonna be a nice day tomorrow too. It's supposed to be like in the 80s, so like that's a pretty sweet thing. We get good weather. We've got good football. It's all kind of coming up nice. So yeah, like usual, we give it about 10 minutes to get started. So we have another like I don't know, like 8 minutes or so before we get going. Give people a little bit of time to come through. 62. Yeah. 82. Yeah, it's supposed to be about the same here. Mm. You hope the Bills get Wyatt's. Make sure you drop likes, help the stream out. We have 3 whole likes on the stream right now. That's pretty bad, but I appreciate the one other like we got. It's pretty good. Good looking out. One other like. Yeah, you know, hopefully no one gets mugged or pooped on, or you ain't got skull. Oh, nice. Whole nice day off. Thank you, Jacob. You're a good person. Was this a bad Easter because Jesus didn't come back and do the rapture or whatever? I heard a lot of people were pretty hyped that this was going to be the year, but then it didn't happen. So you got to feel bad for them, folks. He didn't quite come back yet, but you know, next year is always another good year. But yeah, so if anyone hasn't done like a mock draft here, the way we do this, everybody has like a chance to kind of make the best point for a pick. Say we're doing the number one pick. Actually, the number one pick is going to be Cam Ward. The draft starts with the 2 picks. So if you feel you have a good argument for something, just go ahead and say it. Most likely you can win the argument. Maybe you won't. If you're a fan of a team, say something and you can kind of have the final say and get the pick. And again, if there's multiple fans, that's kind of the debate amongst the own fan base. We'll kind of give our 2 cents, but most likely fans of their teams at this point really know what their team should be doing at the draft. Yeah, highest paid safety in league history is Kirby Joseph now. That was like a super obvious coming extension. I would imagine you probably see Hutchinson. I think he's eligible for an extension this offseason. I think those are the only 2 right away, right? Yeah, no, I think the Titans have already said they're taking Cam Ward. It's already out. Yeah, we'll be doing trades, but I'm not doing trade ups. Like, I'm not going to be at like the 6th pick of the draft, and then I'm not going to like let you, Jacob, be like, I would like to trade up to the 6th or trade, and then every pick is, I would like to trade up to the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. Nope. We'd have to see like a team up in the higher round or lower pick be like, hey, does this team probably want to trade out? Then we could see if your team would trade up. I don't really think your team has the money to trade up for a high first round pick, though. Yeah, I'd imagine Hutch comes soon. It's probably sooner than later. Is Laporta eligible too, this class? Because I'm pretty sure he and Hutch were from the same kind of draft class. So I'm pretty sure Laporta is also going to get extended. Which is also why the Lions didn't spend any money this offseason. Because they did draft extremely well, and they don't need to blow the bank signing people. And I'm sure once they get all the money figured out for like all the extensions, then they could go back and probably sign Zadarius Smith in. Get going in a little bit here. Give it like 2 minutes or so. 3 minutes maybe. But yeah, we'll be starting. Basically, everyone should get in their head, what are the Browns going to do in this draft? Travis Hunter seems to be the popular consensus idea here. Maybe somebody has a better idea. Maybe somebody's like, hey, I see the Browns taking, I don't know, probably not Shedeur now. It also feels like there's like this weird targeted campaign against Shedeur Sanders, and I'm not really certain as to why it's developed. I don't know if there's a team that wants him to drop in the draft, so they're kind of feeding in some bad information about Shedeur, about like the way teams are feeling, about like the vibe that's coming around about the guy. So I mean, Laporta is a player you kind of have to pay. I don't think so. I don't think you can replace potentially the best or second best tight end in the NFL. I think that's a very hard ask. Because I think that young kid out of Vegas is number 1. And I think that Laporta is number 2. Very aggressively, those are the 2 best tight ends right now. I don't think you can replace that. No, I don't know. The Falcons are probably only going to take defensive players this year. I would be quite surprised to see the Falcons dip into the offensive bag a lot. They don't really need much. Their line is good. They've got good running backs. They've got a good receiving core. Quarterback is set. Their entire draft is probably just going to be defense, 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 defense. Probably very similar to what the Lions do. I would imagine outside of maybe grabbing a tackle or a guard, Detroit's going to be a very heavy maybe receiver too. Kind of keep an eye on that. Because there's also the rumors that the Lions want to move on from Jameson Williams and draft maybe like a Golden type. Is that the big rumor? I don't think McBride's better. I think McBride's in an offense with less weaponry than Laporta. I think if Laporta was in an offense that's as bare bones as the Cardinals is, I think Laporta would be a monster tight end. But you got to remember that like Laporta is an option in an offense that is completely cracked. You've got two of the better running backs in the NFL. You've got one of the best receivers in St. Brown. Yeah, I would say it's not impossible that JMO gets sent out. It's very likely. Because again, the Lions, I think they're like really into a couple players that are higher in the thing. Make sure you guys drop some likes on the stream. That'd be helpful, especially since like nobody's talking. If you're just listening and you haven't left a like, you're gay, and we all know you're trans. You've been outed. We've got your search history. You're busted. Someone who actually is like that, they're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Hey, I had to do it to him. Damn, no one left a like from that? That's pretty bad. Awful lot of queers here. No, they don't care. They know I'm fucking around. I don't even know how many people are actually watching. The YouTube chat thing is busted. It says one person. Should be at least two, maybe three. Could just be two, though. No one else has said anything. The Bills need a lot more than you think they need. Their defense sucks. The entirety of the Bills' defense is bad. Says 0 for you. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I hate doing YouTube streams. It might just be two of us here. I don't know. Is there anyone else here, or is this? Are we just not going to do this stream? I don't mind not streaming today. I used to, but it was about as dead as this, so there's no reason to do it. There wouldn't even be one person. I don't even know if this stream's going to happen because I have no idea. I'm not doing this for two people. No offense. I'm not wasting my time. You could just watch one of the old mock drafts. So if you're here watching, make sure you drop a like or say something so I know to do this or not. Or else I don't really feel like wasting my time. Hello. You're good. You're good. I just don't know how many people are here. It literally says one person, so it's very confusing for my numbers. You know what's annoying is all the people that come to the baseball streams and never once show up to one of our football streams. No, I won't. Like, huh? What the fuck? 8,000 people come in and only talk about football while watching baseball, and now they have zero interest in the football stream I'm doing. Well, I hate talking about football during the baseball streams. What's going on tonight? Is there NBA playoffs? Is that what got me all fucked up? My channel suffers, by the way, when there's sporting events. That could explain a lot. Is there football and hockey, or is there baseball, or not baseball? Is there hockey and basketball? Because I looked around and I see low numbers on other streams tonight, so I'm just a little curious. Not a big deal. I'm not too bummed. It's just might have been a bad night to do this. We got 2 basketball games on and a hockey playoff game. Well, that's why. Yeah, that actually explains more than anything. Do we do the mock draft? I mean, we can. Only problem is everybody's watching basketball. Basketball is probably the most popular sport outside of baseball on this channel. I would say more people probably watch basketball here than they watch fucking football, which is very strange. I think we could do it, though. I think we can run through a little bit of a mock. We'll just delete it at the end of the stream and no one gets to know. It'll be a pay-per-view stream. What's up, Macaroni? All right. I almost clicked stop stream. Yeah, we'll just get going. You guys ready? I think we're looking good. All right, enter draft room. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Do. Nah, don't worry about it, Macaroni Tony. Yeah, I mean, the Cam Ward going to the Titans is the easiest thing in the world. All right. Put the Tennessee Titans. We're going to go with Cam Ward. Easiest pick. That one's done. Took 2 seconds. Cleveland Browns. This is where the actual draft begins now. Plenty of options. You could go with Travis, which is probably the one that's going to happen. Because, again, they don't really need Abdul Carter at this pick. When you just paid like $40 million a year to have old big body out there, Myles Garrett. I forgot his name. That's why I had to call him Big Body. So I don't know. It's probably right because they. Yeah, I wouldn't even be shocked if this pick is traded away, but at the same time, there's no way they're just gonna pass on Hunter. They need a corner. Travis is a corner. They need a wide receiver. That's what he plays. They need an edge rusher, But 2 of their biggest needs are knocked out in 1 pick. So Trav feels like the way they're going to go. Now, the Giants are super interesting, in my opinion. Because they could go with Shadur. They're very heavily tied to Sanders. They're heavily tied to Abdul Carter. It feels like they're less heavily tied to Abdul Carter than what it feels like. This pick feels like it could be moved because I don't know if the Giants are like super married to any of the people at the top of the draft. Like, I think they like Abdul, but they also have like a slew of pass rushers with like Brian Burns. Panthers take Carter. Maybe. Where are the Panthers at? Because I do feel like this is a trade pick. Where the fuck? Oh, pick 8. Ooh, that's not bad. I don't think they're going to go quarterback here. I think this is a situation where we may see a trade. And I like the idea to the Panthers because I know the Panthers want to come up and get somebody. But there's also a team like Dallas who really wants Jainty. There are also several teams that are like very quietly, aggressively trying to go get Jainty as like a small little like, hey, is Ashton Jainty possibly in play for a team right here? because there's also the rumor that the Patriots are infatuated with Jainty. Like, and again, you have to think of Vrabel and the way that they kind of built the Titans over there. It's like, oh, maybe he's trying to get another power back to kind of help like fuel a young offense. You know what I mean? Like that idea is there. But I mean, yeah, do you want to do a trade for this one? I don't think the Giants want this pick. I think they can get quite a bit back by trading back here. Especially next year when there might actually be like quarterbacks available in the first round worth of fuck. Outside of maybe Cam Ward, who'd be like the 6th or 7th best next year. All right, we'll do the trade to the Panthers here. We're going to do a trade. The Cleveland, nope. Cleveland, nope. Carolina. It's going to trade the 1-8 to New York Giants. Okay, hold on a minute. All right, I have this backwards. There we go. All right. So now the Carolina Panthers, we have the Panthers taking Abdul Carter here. Their biggest need is edge rusher. Abdul Carter is the best edge rusher. This is kind of like almost like trading Brian Burns, like a little bit of a payback for giving Brian Burns away. This is the pick, right? Abdul. Yeah, I think trade Abdul and Panthers take Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter. Yeah, we'll go there. All right, another interesting team. These motherfuckers could trade back too, but I think that would be because they want Jainty. But I feel like if they trade back, the idea then would be that the person coming up is going to go get Ashton. So like that becomes a little bit of a fun play here. By the way, this is my team, but feel free to everybody have an opinion on this one. I don't really care. Will Campbell's certainly in play here. I know the Patriots quite like Will Campbell. I know they're very comfortable taking Will Campbell if this is kind of how it plays out in the early rounds. Might they trade back and take Armin Membo? Saints take Sanders? Maybe. Now yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't think they'd let themselves get leapfrogged by the Jets, who might take one of the linemen that they want. I think the only thing that would stop the Patriots from doing such a move is the fact that, well, see, that would maybe get the Patriots Olave, though. Are we saying that Olave is in this trade? Because again, this is a trade that could happen. This is a trade that's been batted around by just about everybody. I think there's a small possibility that it happens. Again, I think Olave would be tied to the trade, though, because I think if the Patriots trade this pick away, it's going to cost a wide receiver with it. Like, you're going to have to give up a player, not just like a pick. Think of the Eagles, think of the Saints, so we'll do something like that. All right. New England on this side. And the Saints are calling. They want that one. It's going to cost your next year's first. Oh, did I do this backwards again? Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it. It's always so confusing to figure out like what side is doing what. Oh, okay. I didn't have to give up too much. All right. So, what do we have in the Saints do right here? Train sit up and take Sand. I don't know about them taking Dion at this pick. We could go Dion here. They do need a quarterback in New Orleans. However, is there anyone else that they might be interested in? Is this kind of just like the move that they go? Saints take Sanders. All right. We'll go with Shadur. All right. Now we're to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm guessing Mason Graham is the pick here. Does anybody got anything else? I suppose they could go with, I don't think they need linemen. That's always like the confusing part with Jacksonville. It's like, damn, they got a good line too. How the fuck are they so bad? Yeah, it's probably Mason Graham at 5. The Jaguars really don't have too much of a choice with this pick. I mean, they could be surprising and go Jainty, but they really don't need him. The Oakland Raiders. Well, if this falls the way this falls, he's going to Vegas, right? Jainty. I mean, unless they get like a deal of a lifetime from like the Bears. I wouldn't be shocked if Chicago tries to make a move to go get Ashton, though. But I don't think Vegas would move on if they get Jainty here. I think they'd be like, nope, we're taking Ashton. The New York Jets. Probably Will Campbell, right? See, I don't know if they're smart enough to take Armin Membo. What do we think of the Jets? Do they take... Or do they go with Tyler Warren still? Like we've had them doing plenty of other mock drafts. We've had them go Warren. We've had them ignore their tackle situation every time. But now that we're kind of looking at they could get a steal to some extent in Will Campbell. Do they do that? Trying to think like the Jets do a little bit here, right? Like, looking at best, wow, the 4th highest rated player in the draft is available. He's got a potential 87 in Madden. In the first round last year. Well, I mean, yeah, they still don't have a full set of tackles. They've only got 1 tackle still. I mean, they could rock, you know what I mean? I think their right tackle also left though, Moses. I think he's on the Patriots now. So they lost a guy, but I guess yeah, they probably don't. I don't know what they do. What do you think? I don't think that tackle's very good. For some reason, the Jets aren't very good at drafting. Not in the first round anyway, unless it's like a home run, like a very clear pick. And this one isn't super clear what they should do. Warren? Do we just want to do the safe bet and go Tyler Warren again here with this pick? Because I know we've done that a few times. Yeah, nobody ever has any opinions on what the Jets do. Everyone's just like, who the fuck knows? All right, we'll go to that, yeah. All right, we're at the New York Giants. You don't take Jackson Dart here. I guess I could go Jalen Walker. Will Johnson's really good. Still too early to grab a QB. However, I don't know. They could go probably Will Johnson, right? Because their secondary is kind of trash, and like the receiving situation in the division is only going to get better with Washington kind of coming along. But they also could be looking at adding in more linemen. I don't know. Giants are a very tricky team to figure out because they draft so poorly. They might just take Teddy or McMillan. They don't know. They're stupid. Tetaroa. Either way, what are we thinking? Anybody got any ideas? I'm about to just give him Will Johnson and we're going to move on. Yeah, we're just going to do that. All right, now we're to the Patriots. Wow, at 9, we still got either one. At 9, I think we just take Will Campbell, right? I think that's a steal at 9. I can't imagine that being a better pick. If we trade out to 9 and we could still grab Will Campbell there, it'd be pretty good. That'd be a giant win. We get an extra pick, probably have Chris Olave, a first round, another second rounder, and Will Campbell. That'd be a big old W to me. At 9, it's almost a risk-free pick. And then the Bears take Armin Membo if they're going to pick here, I believe. The Patriots was easy. They like Will Campbell a lot. So if Will Campbell's there at 9 and they've already traded down and gotten something for it, oh yeah, they're gonna take Will Campbell if he's sitting there. Like that's the easiest one ever. And this one's an easy pick too. Armin Membo, who say if Membo or Will Campbell are available for the Bears, instantaneous they're picking them. Or if Jainty's available, or if they trade up, they're going to get Jainty. But they're probably going to take Membo here. Sorry to do those picks. It's very obvious with certain teams. The 49ers are an interesting team to figure out. That's probably where Membo or Campbell would have gone, but they might go Kelvin Banks. You could see them going with like a corner, maybe an edge rusher, because again, their defense lost a few guys. It's getting a little bit porous out there in San Fran. I don't know. What are we thinking? Line isn't great for the old 49ers. But taking a kind of risky tackle in the first round at that pick seems a little bit not like good drafting. And they typically don't. Well, with quarterbacks, they draft poorly, but like they do pretty good otherwise. So, I don't know. Is everybody already kind of fizzled out? Yeah, no one ever really has much to say for the Niners. I'm just going to give them Kelvin Banks. We'll move on. Dallas Cowboys. Wide receiver, edge. That's probably their biggest need. They might go Jalen Walker if he's available at this pick. They could also go with Ted Aroa, McMillan. Both of these would be kind of like really good kind of like sneak picks here. Damn, the stream die. Either McMillan or Golden. Yeah, I'm going to go with McMillan here just because who's faster? Oh, Golden. Yeah, no, they're going to go with McMillan just because of rating. Probably Jahade Barron here. I would imagine Miami's going to go defense here because their defense is fucking ass, especially their secondary. So probably Brown, right? Or Barron. Hello. Is this thing on? Yeah, I guess we'll go with Jahdae Brown. I think that's a good pick, everybody. I thank you for agreeing. The Indianapolis Colts. They'll probably go with Jalen Walker if he's available right here. I can't imagine him slipping farther than this, so we'll probably go with Walker to the Colts. I literally think that their edge rusher is Frank Clark still. I think that's their number one edge rusher is that guy. In 2025, he's going to be their number one edge rusher. That's not great. He's getting old. All right. Well, I'm guessing we're going to go with my edge rush decision here. All right. Cool. We'll do that. Let's see. The Atlanta Falcons. Probably Michael Williams. Keep him in the same state. We could go Mike Green though. Two really good players here. They have to go defense though if they're if they're going to take themselves seriously. Okay. All right, I'll just do that then. No one has anything to add. Let's see. Cardinals. Also, a lot of teams need edge rushers right away. Well, the pick here is either Shamar Stewart or Mike Green. I'm going to probably go with Shamar Stewart just because he has less like character concerns than Mike Green. So we'll go with Shamar Stewart here. Bengals kind of in a similar spot. I think they might go Mike Green. Bengals seem to not care about character concerns when they draft players or pick up players or kind of add them to the organization. Well, at one point in time, it seemed like character flaws or concerns were. Oh shit! Okay, for some reason, For some reason, it stopped saying anything. Mike Green to Cincy then. Yeah, okay. Sorry, my chat broke. Yeah, I was like, damn, no one wants to say anything or add any like 2 cents in. Yeah, my bad. Is it working now or is it still busted? Yeah, I was wondering why nobody had said anything. I was like, what the fuck? That's weird. It's a weird thing to do in the middle of a draft stream for everyone to get quiet. No, I didn't ignore any comments. I just assumed you guys weren't talking. It stopped working. Yeah, I'm just about tired of doing this though. I'm gonna be said I'm ignoring comments. That's fucking annoying. I literally just explained what happened. So now I'm not gonna listen to the Mike Green thing. I'm gonna do something different. They're gonna go Malachi Starks here. All right, now we're to Seattle. Now I ignored your comment. That's ignoring a comment. Like, damn, dude. I just explained why I didn't say anything or didn't see your shit. Yeah, I don't know for them either. The interior lineman might work. This feels like a situation where you trade back. Just because I don't really think you can get away with taking a lineman right here. All of the remaining are kind of shit. Well, not really shitty, just not like top 20. Is there anyone that would come up? I wish you let me see the other picks left here. Oh, it does. Okay. Let's see. Is anybody going to come up? Philly, always a contender to come up. The Bills like to come up. Detroit might be a team that moves up. The Lions take Green. Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. If I remember right, we have to go Detroit on this side. There we go. I got it right. All right, and then the Lions will take Mike Green. All right, now we're to the Bucks. Probably Jihad Campbell at this pick, but I guess there's possible other guys. They could use a wide receiver, but I think they were able to keep pretty much every. Did they kept Godwin, right? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Because I think they lost. I think their linebacking core got pretty weak. But yeah, but they were able to keep most of their guys, so I don't think Golden's in play here. Yeah, probably go Jihad. So this could have also been the Starks pick, but yeah, he went somewhere else. Yep, we'll just go Jihad. We pretty much got an A+ for every single pick we've made, by the way. Probably Loveland here, right? I'd have to imagine they either who the hell is Omari and Hampton? They might go running back here, I guess. But I also feel like Broncos don't really have a tight end, which is a bit of a strange thing to have with a young team. Usually, you have a pretty good tight end with teams like that. Sorry to snap on you, Cameron. I just get frustrated with tech issues. When people are like, "Hey, you're not doing something," it's like I fucking am. It's just the thing broke. I can't help that. Could be a little bit better at making sure that it's not all fucky, but. Omari and Hampton is really underrated. Maybe. I don't really watch college football, so I'm not really too sure about like big moves. You want to go Hampton? I mean, we could go Hampton and kind of skip over Loveland and see where he winds up. I'm just trying to think about who's been playing tight end for the Broncos. Oh, they don't? Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess we can go Hampton then. You can always get a tight end later in the draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh boy. Why is wide receiver a top need? All right, we'll wait. We'll put Loveland on the Chargers coming up. Steelers are going to go Dart this high. They could probably trade back a little bit if they're going to do that. Would anybody want to come up and get something? Like, does Green Bay come up and get Matthew Golden just to make sure the Chargers don't? Or does somebody come up and get Matthew Golden to make sure the Chargers don't? Because the Packers could use the wide receivers. Well, no, I mean, if the Steelers aren't going to grab Loveland, then there's zero reason for the Chargers to trade up. They'd pick next. Somebody would probably try to leapfrog the Chargers to either get Loveland or Matthew Golden. Two players that would work really well with the Chargers. Maybe the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to need some wide receivers. I'm pretty sure Rashee Rice is going away for a little while. He probably won't play much this year. But I don't think anyone's going to trade KC. Yeah, I guess we'll just grab Jackson Dart kind of early. You're good, Darrell. You're good, Matt. Probably not going to be a super long stream tonight anyway. Well, it'll be an hour, I guess, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think they'd trade up. I think we can just go Jackson Dart here and reach a little bit. It's kind of a bad pick, but yeah, the Chargers are going to either go with Golden or Loveland here. And with John Harbaugh as the coach, I'm guessing they're going to go get a tight end. Because they hit so well on their rookie last year. McConkey. So, don't know if they need to grab another rookie wideout. I think you go, like you said, tight end, getting Loveland, which is crazy because it puts the Packers right in play for Golden, the player they probably really want in Green Bay. It would be funny if like Chargers and Minnesota swap here and then Minnesota grabs Golden for no reason. But no, we'll go Loveland. All right, Green Bay. Corner's their number one need? Or edge? I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, Baltimore desperately needs a wide receiver. So I'm not as bad as like Green Bay. It seems like all they have is Christian Watson when he's sometimes healthy. Donald Parham is the tight end in the Chargers. Yeah, they need a tight end. This pick by the Packers is interesting. Well, Jaden Reed fucking half the time doesn't do anything. He sucks half the time. Like that's the biggest issue for the Packers is like half their team is like dog shit half the time. And then half the time it's pretty solid, but like I feel like that team really needs somebody who could be like consistently decent at football. And I feel like that's going to be Golden. He seems like a good NFL receiver. However, that can be a little bit like hard to tell. Like, who's to say? Nobody knows. Yeah, we'll be live for the draft tomorrow. Wicks. Yeah, these aren't like wide receiver. Are these good enough players to dissuade from taking a first round receiver? I guess we could go with like Derek Harmon, I guess. I mean, we can go with the different position. Who should I grab? We go James Pierce. That's a bit of a reach. We go Kenneth Grant. What are we thinking? Go Harmon. Yeah, that's fine. It's kind of my idea is if they don't want to go with the receiver, then I guess we could go with Harmon. All right. Minnesota safety. We can go Nick Iman Wari. Always a good player. We go Tyler Booker. We're kind of like at Walter Nolan territory. What are we kind of thinking? I'm thinking we go with the best safety because I think their Harrison Smith is like really old, and I don't think they I think their other safety just left too. Like I think he retired. Nicky. Oh, this guy? Yeah, that's the only guy named Nick. Yeah, this is probably where he winds up. That's the right pick for them. Texas either goes Golden, or the Texans either go Golden or Simmons. Every mock draft I've ever seen has Simmons going to Houston. And it looks like we're probably going to repeat that trend. Golden could go here, I suppose. It is quite the free fall at this point. I can see them picking Golden. Yeah, their line is I think, yeah, like he said, I think the tackle is gone. That's the problem, Darrell. I usually I would say receiver here, but again, I think they don't have yeah, but they also just lost a tackle. And they still have receivers. Like they still have Tank Dell. They still have Nico Collins. They don't got a left tackle. Or a right tackle with whatever one Tunzel was playing. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know what's more important to replace, Stephon Diggs or their lineman. Feels like replacing Tunzel has to be the move. I don't know. Because again, yeah, well, it's only important because they already have two very good receivers. Darrell, he makes a great point in that 100% that move should be done. Oh, you're good, man. You have a good night, Gibbs. Nice chat, man. Thanks for participating. Yeah, we'll be live again for the NFL draft tomorrow night, and then back to Tigers baseball on, well, hopefully on Friday, but I think I might be too busy Friday. There's like a bunch of like stuff going on. So. All right, we're at the Rams now. They might go Matthew Golden. It's probably their best pick here, right? Matthew and Matthew. I guess we could look at the corners. Boy, that would be quite a reach. Golden to replace Cup. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Ravens, edge, interior offensive lineman, corners. Zabel might not be bad. Tyler Booker. You go James Pierce. James Pierce feels like a Raven. I don't know about anybody else. but it feels like he's a Raven. He feels like he fits every box of a Raven, of a Ravens player. Got a little bit of a checkered history, explosive defensive end edge type. I don't know. Ravens lack some tenacity. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pierce Jr. on this one. Seattle Seahawks. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with Zabel here. Now it's not a reach. Or is Booker or Zabel the move here? What are we thinking? Now that it's not a reach to grab a guard at 28, where they're just like, well, whatever, man, whatever you want to grab. 28 at 28. Yep. That's kind of like a no-brainer. You just take the best lineman. And he's from North Dakota State, so that'll probably be pretty good. Washington. They need maybe an edge rusher, maybe a safety. Emeka might be interesting. Detroit picked and got Mike Green. We traded up with Detroit. Detroit traded up and got the edge rusher Mike Green. They balled out. They got a good player. Because Detroit's giving up, we're trading up. Detroit's giving off, we want to trade up energy. So we'll see what they do with all that. What do we think Washington does? I got no idea here. They might go Tyler Booker, maybe to help their line out. I don't know. Someone, a Lions fan picked it. Guy at 32. Yeah, we'll go with Donovan. Buffalo Bills. Oh, that's quite a reach. They might go Emeka at this pick. If this is kind of what's in front of them, they might just go with Egbuka. Darrell, you do know your team is gonna pick an edge rusher, right? It's gonna be somebody like that. I hope you are aware, unless they trade away JMO and go wide receiver, but I don't know if they're going to do that. You know what I mean? Lions might be locked in on like a boring defensive edge rusher type. All right, yeah, we'll go Emeka here. Kansas City. Probably Tyler Booker, right? Their fucking line is getting old, dude. I think they also just lost Joe Tooney. Gibbs. Like, Shitter at one. Hell yeah, dude. We think so, Space. That's probably where he goes, to be honest. Chiefs probably go Booker, right? If this is kind of how everything's laid out in front of them. They just lost Tooney. Their line is kind of beat up. Booker to Barrett. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Philadelphia Phillies. Or Eagles, sorry. They're like looking at like, is there any edge rushers from Georgia? Hell yeah, Space, maybe. Yeah, but there's no purpose in trading up for defensive edge rusher. The edge rusher class is deep. That's okay. Yeah, I thought so too, Darrell, but it is what it is. There aren't really any good edge rushers at these late picks, though. Definition of a free for all. Yeah, I don't know either. Don't really think they need defensive linemen. That'd be a weird pick for them. I wish there was a good safety they could grab up here. We'll just they'll just add to it. Damn, everybody pretty much got A in this draft. It won't let me show all of them. Oh, here we go. We did a couple trades. We did the Panthers and the Giants swap, Patriots and the Panthers, or in the Saints swapped, Lions and Seattle swapped, and this is kind of the way our draft played out. We went Cam Ward 1, Travis Hunter 2, Abdul Carter 3 to the Panthers, Shadur Sanders at 4 to the Saints, Mason Graham went 5 to the Jags. Obviously, you can see where our trades kind of kicked in. Giants ended up picking at 8, Patriots ended up picking at 9, so, you know, a little bit of a swaps going on. All right, let's do the next 5. Ashton Jainty went to the Raiders. Tyler Warren to the Jets. This has been our most consistent pick, is Warren to the Jets. And of course, like this pick. These 2 picks, Mason Graham going to the Jags, and this guy's been our consistent. With the trade backs, we had the Giants take Will Johnson, kind of fixing up the kind of a bad secondary. The Patriots got Will Campbell. Again, if they do this trade, most likely they wind up with Will Olave and Will Campbell, or Chris Olave and Will Campbell. So they walk away with quite a little haul here. The Bears stay placed and take Armin Membo. So, you know, kind of a okay start here for this draft. Then you've got Kelvin Banks going to the 49ers. We have the Cowboys taking McMillan. Dolphins take Jahdae Brown. The Colts take Jalen Walker. Falcons take Michael Williams. Shamar Stewart goes to the Cardinals. For some reason, the Bengals reach and take Malachi Starks at 17. The Lions trade up for Mike Green. Kind of a reach, but hey, they went and got him. Kind of giving Mike Green and Hutch a fun little play together. Then we went with Jihad Campbell to 19 to the Bucks. Had the Broncos take Omarion Hampton. I don't agree with this pick, but we had Jackson Dart go to the Steelers. Mainly because we just couldn't find anything to trade him further back. Colston Loveland went to the Chargers. We had Derek Harmon go to the Packers. Nick Amon Worry to the Vikings. Josh Simmons. This has also been every single draft has pretty much been Simmons going to the Texans. Golden went to the Rams, kind of a fall. James Pierce Jr. to the Ravens. Gray Zabel to the Seattle, to the Seahawks. Donovan Ezra, I don't even know how to say that. Donovan from Boston College goes to the Commanders. Anything trade back? Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad to trade back. Emeka Egbuka to the Bills. Tyler Booker to the Chiefs, and Walter Nolan to the Eagles. Kind of a few free-for-alls, kind of a few things where you're like, I wonder who's going to actually go where. But yeah, that's kind of our final little mock draft of the year. I think that one went pretty good. I think it was pretty fun. Now we get to see how we do overall, as far as like, see how everything went according to the draft. See if we did good. See if we kind of bombed it. See if like, oh boy, we were way off. The whole world was way off. So, yeah. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? As far as football goes, I know there isn't anything really to talk about until tomorrow. We're kind of just sitting in like the weird pre-draft time. I might start wrapping up pretty quick. I'm fairly exhausted. It's been a busy couple days. I've been doing nothing but like writing and typing and kind of got a headache. Then I got to wake up early and do more of that because I have to get grading and blah, 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 blah. Damn, you're really bummed out about the Mike Green pick. You know, it's not the real draft, right? You know, it's not real, right? Your team didn't actually draft Mike Green. It's okay. Maybe. I don't know. It's April. It's very hard to tell. They could suck ass all of May and then not be very good anymore. That's why I always think it's like silly to use early baseball to judge a team. Any team around 500 is good. Yep, draft is tomorrow night. Round 1. What Darrell's like, Darrell, watch that happen now. Watch the Lions take Mike Green and trade up for him. I'll be like, I'm so sorry, Darrell. I can't believe I did this to you. Gonna ruin Darrell's whole day if that actually happens. He's gonna be like, that motherfucker cursed us. Yep, starts at what, 8:30 tomorrow, 8 o'clock? Let's go see. I guess it starts at 7, 8. Guessing 8 o'clock. I don't know. Well, all right, everybody. I think I'm gonna start wrapping up here. I'm also probably gonna blow this stream off just because it didn't really go anywhere. But we'll be doing some NFL coverage tomorrow again. Then back to the Tigers on either Saturday or probably Saturday. I'm gonna get out of here. All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the night. I will see you tomorrow for some draft coverage. Round 1 of the NFL draft tomorrow. Can't wait. Finally get to see what my team's gonna do. Very excited. Sitting pretty at 4. I wonder what we do. All right, though. Everyone take it easy. Have a good rest of your night. I'm going to relax and take it easy myself because I've had a very busy week. Peace out. As always, go Lions, go Patriots. And of course, it's always go Tigers. Oh, I said that weird. Go Lions, go Tigers. And of course, it's always go Patriots.